Who, and welcome to a discussion? Let's call it a discussion. So the other day we found out, obviously, that the Mondasian William Hartnell Cybermen will be returning for the last 2 episodes of Series 10. Friggin' amazing, but what felt like an hour later, there were Mondasian Cybermen, as well as some other Cybermen, strolling the streets of Cardiff. So, I wanted to collate all of those pictures and videos into one video. There's a very bassy motorbike out there. And discuss them with you, my thoughts, and then you can give me your thoughts down below, and we can talk about that together. So let's kick it off with the official photo. Obviously, I've got them on here. It doesn't give much away. Obviously, it looks like a standard corridor in, like, the BBC studios, possibly. It's obviously nothing, but right at the top there looks like kind of looks like a Tomb of the Cyberman, but it isn't. Or is it? Maybe it is. A few people have pointed out that the headdress isn't quite right. It's very, it's directly vertical. The original ones sort of flare out a little bit. Can we just accept and be excited about the fact that these Cybermen are coming back? Also, it is very obvious that behind those eyes, Capaldi is screaming internally. He may actually be externally, but just very like his mouth is just, he's just going, ah! Hopefully it makes sense in the episode. Hopefully it's not, wow, look, Cybermen, like when they bring back old Daleks, it's kind of like, just accept it. I feel like you can kind of accept older looking Daleks. I'm not sure if it's so easy to accept these Cybermen, but it's awesome that they're in an episode. Now moving on to the set images, of course, first up, these things exist now. They're apparently being called top knots, which is interesting. It sounds like a rapper. It looks like the head sock of the Hartnell Mondasian Cybermen, so I guess that's what they're going for. But they're taking humans, or whatever planet, I assume we're on Earth, taking humans to be processed, I guess. I'm sure it'll make sense in the episode, but them, coupled with the Mondasian Cybermen, they're pretty creepy looking. Next up is an image from Matt Whelan, and it shows that we'll be getting the Cybermen as well, not just the Mondasians, which is cool. Someone did specifically say that the C's were on the chests, so they're definitely the Cybermen, not the like non-Cybermen that we got in like Closing Time and stuff, where the C was gone. But that's cool. It's cool that they're bringing together the eras, and I also love, and you'll see in the other images as well, the lighting of these shots. They really allow for a lot more of a sinister, creepy look for the Cybermen. Next up is an interesting shot. It also shows that we will be getting the Nightmare in Silver Cybermen. I don't know what you'd call them, but those ones. And in this image also you can see that the Cybermen can also fly now. It's not just the Nightmare in Silver ones. And also there are image and videos of, as we will see, the Mondasians. So that means every iteration of the Cybermen can fly now? I can kind of believe the Cybers, and I can obviously believe the Nightmare in Silver ones, but not sure how they're going to explain the very human-looking Mondasians flying. Let's move on to the next image, which is of a video of a Mondasian Cyberman. They got the lights. There he goes! Had a little bit of a fly there. Didn't get very far. Moving on, and we get this image of the flying Nightmare in Silver one with the Mondasian looking on. It looks a bit sad. The Mondasian, like, he's even got his hands behind his back, which is a very un-Cyberman. Like, it shows that they're a lot more human Cybermen. But yeah, I love that shot. It's cool. The past looking towards the future. Next up is another video. Not much, there's some Cybermen walking around. What this video does show is that there is a lot of Mondasian Cybermen suits created. Admittedly, they're probably cheaper to make than the other ones, but it's good to see that hopefully there won't be too many CGI ones. Most of the time they'll be all actors in costumes. Unlike some of those graveyard scenes in Death in Heaven. My god, why were they happy with some of those shots? Their faces were all weird. And there we go, here's a video of the Cybermen. Cybermen is a good phrase. The I got it the first time, but the Cybermen being lifted into the sky as well. Another great shot of the lighting that we're going to get in this episode, and obviously, hopefully, reflected in the direction of the brilliant, my favourite word as well, Rachel Talalay, who also gave us the Series 8 finale and the Series 9 finale, and also this one, which will be the finale as well. They look like, it looks like a very good Photoshop from the 10th planet. The way they're lit, backlit, like sinister shadows, all the snow flying around them, it looks great. Next up is a possible vision of the new Cyber Leader, because kind of in Doctor Who's history, the Cyberman that is the Cyber Leader generally has like a black headdress related thing, and here is a Cyber Nightmare Man with a black. He's got the black on his head, and again another stunning shot. This one of the Nightmare Cyberman, and yeah, just the lighting, this massive orb of light that's behind in a lot of these shots. It just looks, oh man, I want this episode now. So yes, that is all the images. Obviously, the takeaways is that there is the Nightmare and Cybermen as well as the Mondasians. All of them can fly. I mean, that's not really confirmed. They could have just been testing things out. But they could all be just being taken into the air like a tractor beam. That's the word I'm thinking of. I just played all of Star Wars: A New Hope to get that word. And now moving on to the episode as a whole, obviously Rachel Talalay is back, and look, the episodes, even if the script is horrible and the Cybermen are portrayed poorly, friggin' the episode's going to be stunning to look at least. And hopefully in some form will be visually comprehensive. So I am so keen for Rachel Talalay to be back again. I'm down for her to do series finales forever, until Doctor Who gets cancelled. Also, the episode will also have Michelle Gomez as Mizzy. Mizzy? What? Both of those words did not come out correctly. This is weird because we know that she was on set a few weeks ago, with that weird TARDIS painting video. And she's in the finale as well. Whether she was doing some, like it was all part of one block and they just had a few shots for the finale, or if she carries over between episodes, it'll be interesting to see. Also, this is a two-parter. Now, here's the thing. I think they're pretty much confirmed that Capaldi will also be in the Christmas special. But here's the thing. They're going to put him in a situation where it seems like he will die in this finale, because they want you to think maybe he doesn't go into Christmas. And here's the thing, these are the Mondasian Cybermen are back. Obviously, the Mondasian, these specific ones were in Hartnell's final serial. Capaldi is technically the first Doctor in this new regeneration cycle, so would they do it? Would they parallel Hartnell and Capaldi, considering they're the first Doctors in a cycle? I mean, as far as we know. But yeah, if it's a two-parter and then a Christmas special, I don't think they could do 3 episodes of Cybermen. It'd be a bit of a stretch to give them enough weight to be a 3-part special. But it could be cool. But yeah, I just wanted to say that yeah, it could easily be a mirror of Hartnell's exit, with the two of them being first incarnation Doctors. It would be interesting to do. Yeah. Final thing is, people have said, if this is an origin story of the Cybermen, what will that do to Big Finish's spare parts? It's a very difficult thing because it's an audio drama, and it's a great audio drama. Please listen to it. And obviously, with the Night of the Doctor, a lot of Big Finish became canon. But not everyone, as I said, you haven't probably listened to Spare Parts, not everyone has listened to it. And Big Finish is great. Here's Big Finish right here. It's a brilliant thing. It carries a lot more weight than Doctor Who has recently. But it is such a big wealth of stories, and there are so many stories that don't click, that don't make sense. So Spare Parts can exist, but it can be an elsewhere story. And if Moffat wants to do a origin, we still don't know if it's an origin story, but if Moffat wants to do it, pick the best little sprinkles of Spare Parts and put them in there, so at least the fans have something to go, cool. You're not ignoring that Spare Parts is a great story, but you're allowing what Spare Parts was to be in the greater Who universe. It's still like Arrow and Flash, and all the, just comic book adaptions. They don't ignore that the things happen in the comic books, but they're like, we can't deal with all of that stuff and also make our movies, so we're just gonna, you know, decanonize some elements and bring some over. It will be sad if they like completely ignore spare parts, but it'll be great to see some of the elements of that story possibly brought over. So yeah, they're my thoughts. A lot of thoughts. But what do you think? What do you think about the Cybermen returning? What do you think about Rachel Talalay directing again? Because she's amazing. The only option of what do you think is I'm excited. There's no other option. But until the next video, the Doctor of Who out.